Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction to Everton 0, Liverpool 1. The 227th derby was decided by a scruffy arse goal in the 94th minute, was it? I don't know, because I sort of blanked out after that ball at the back of the net. So, yeah, it's hard to really put into. To be honest, I'm numb to the whole thing. Generally, that's what derbies do to me. Don't think everyone quite believes me when I said on the match preview that I wasn't nervous, but I'm quite numb to derbies. When you've got a derby record like ours, I don't really get too excited about them, as I've said. So you're always sort of expecting that, but the game itself, I thought we started off really well. Really glad he kept the 10 plus Murray. I thought we started really well. I thought energy wise, I thought tempo wise, I thought aggression fantastic in the first half. And we were in the faces, and we were making it hard for them, and okay, without really carving out any chances, and that's sort of the big issue, isn't it, of the season as it is. But we made it really difficult, and we sort of carried on from where we left off on last Tuesday night. But the problem is, like any game, you need to kick on, and we didn't. Now, in some way, there are some obvious reasons why we didn't. The injury to James McCarthy. I mean, who'd have thought? We were sitting here last Monday night talking about James McCarthy. Who'd have thought in the space of a game and a half we'd be talking about how much of a miss he was? But when he left the pitch, it left just a massive hole. And again, on the flip side, you see the difference when Gareth Barry's in the side. And I love Gareth Barry, and he's been brilliant for us in the years he's been at us. But the difference, he's so slow. And when you're playing a team like Liverpool, who play that way all the time, and they play like that for 90 minutes, let's be honest. And we've sort of, last Tuesday was the first time we've really played that. So we're not used to playing that way all the game, and it showed against Arsenal last week, and it very much showed tonight. And when you're swapping someone of the energy of James McCarthy, who I thought was playing well, and replace him with Barry, it not only affected it not affected the team game, but it affected those around it. I thought Ross Barkley, there was a marked difference in when he had James McCarthy. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Ross had a brilliant game, but I thought when he had James McCarthy around him, he was looking at, it's hard to sort of put into words, but Ross was getting into the game like Tuesday night, and when Barry had all slowed, and maybe Ross has got to do a little bit more defensive work and digging a few people out. And I just thought Ross in the first half, it's the same old. He looks great, and then his final ball lets him down. But at least, if anything, he's getting to the edge of the box and messing it up. In the second half, he wasn't even doing that, because he was just dropping deeper and deeper, because as a team we were dropping deeper and deeper, and we just lost so much energy. And then you see the manager going to make a sub, and he wants to bring Calvert-Lewin on, whether you think that's the right sub or not, but then he has to change a goalkeeper, so he loses a sub in effect by changing the goalkeeper, and then he leaves Calvert-Lewin. And Valencia, who I thought again huffed and puffed and did okay, he has to go off because he's nowhere near the level. And then he brings Calvert-Lewin on, and Calvert-Lewin's having to play 20 minutes, 25 minutes in an alien position, not really knowing how to play it for that long against a good side. And it all just dropped off second half. And the big problem was, and this is going to sound perverse, but I wish Liverpool had scored after about 55 minutes. Because I think that would have given us something to chase at least. I mean, the Arsenal game, we had no choice but to go after Arsenal in that hour after they scored. Against Man United, we had no, against Man United, against Swansea, even against Watford, for the last 10 minutes in those games, we had to have a go. But Liverpool scored so late that it just killed us, because it was just so late. I mean, 8 minutes went up for injury time, and it left us with nothing. And I know that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case, but that was the problem in a way. It was that they scored so late that we were gone. But this comes under what sort of the manager's been saying, and I don't know whether he's a good enough manager to change this. But mentally, we look a very weak side, and we just don't seem to be able to cope with handling the pressure of trying to win a game. I mean, last Tuesday it was fine, but we just don't. We in that last half an hour, we brought Calvert-Lewin on, and the manager does affect it because of where the manager plays the lad. On Tuesday night at 1-1, we were still going for it. We were still having a go. Maybe it was because physically we felt we were stronger than them. But tonight we packed in. We took the draw with 10 minutes to go, and then maybe the fact that there was another 8 minutes. I don't know, but we settled for a draw with 10 minutes to go as a team, maybe as fans as well. We settled for a draw, and Liverpool didn't. Liverpool felt like they needed to win the game because obviously the mentally that's something they've got and we haven't. But obviously going for the league as well, they felt like they needed to win. Because let's be honest, the second half they bossed it and they moved the ball around. They didn't really make that many chances, to be fair. I mean, I think they had 3 on target in the end, and we had 1. But we packed in. We settled for a draw, and that's the biggest problem with this Everton team. That mentally, they go missing, and I don't think you can change the mentality of some players. I think Ross Barkley, I just don't think he's got it. I don't think he's mentally tough enough. I've said this before. I don't think he's mentally tough enough. You know, the tackle he did on Henderson was bad. Very, very bad. But you think, well, you know, control your aggression. Boss, go around the midfield and put tackles in. But they don't all need to be stupid like that. Because let's be honest, he could have been sent off for that very, very easily on a different day. But check your aggression. Look at this again. Look at the way he goes around. You don't see him doing stupid. He uses his aggression the right way. And I didn't even feel like the derby was getting to Ross. I just thought it was dead stupid. Like he was almost like he was playing to the crowd when he did that. And I just think we've got too many brain dead players. You know, I look at you know, a minute before they scored, Romelu Lukaku gets a chance to run at them. And it's 1 against 4, and I'm thinking, just get a shot off at least. Anything could happen. He could go out for a corner. Look what happened on Tuesday night. And he doesn't. He sort of runs up a blind alley. Doesn't even get the shot off. And they've got possession in their away. And then you go to the other end. And Sturridge gets a yard of space as a shot. I don't know whether it's hit one of our players, but it sort of just rolls past Robles. And then Williams and Funes Mori, and I'm not having a go at Funes Mori, I thought he had a decent game. But the pair of them are just static, and they've got 2 yards on Mane, but Mane's alive, goes past the keeper and past Funes Mori and taps it in. And mentally, we'd sort of switched off. Again, I don't know whether it's fatigue, it shouldn't be fatigue. As I said, Liverpool are used to playing that way all the time. We're not. And that's a big mistake of the manager, because he should have been pushing our players to play like this all season. Because we've put a shift in tonight for the main part. But for me, it wasn't done in the right. Tuesday night was brilliant against Arsenal, because you felt like we were going for it all the time. Even when we were under pressure, when we broke it, the break was on. We didn't even look like breaking. We didn't even look like trying to break tonight. As I say, we were happy with the point, and that should never be the case at home against anyone. We've lost our unbeaten run tonight, but that should never be the case, and that's a mentality problem. Liverpool were good tonight, but maybe if we'd had a go towards the end, they were encouraged to keep going and keep going and keep going, regardless of how many chances they'd made or created. They couldn't help but go on us because we just dropped off. Now, as I say, there are circumstances. The two subs But the Calvert-Lewin one, I don't know. Maybe he should have gone 4-4-2. I don't know. It seems a bit of a strange one, that to me. But definitely the first two subs. You can't underestimate how big losing McCarthy was and Barry, and how the difference in pace of the two players and how they get round the pitch. Massive for the way we wanted to play tonight. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Tom Davies. You know, fair enough. Holgate's on the bench. John Joe Kenny. Calvert-Lewin. Tom Davies, who's the best out the lot. Please, please, please start putting him on the bench for those opportunities. Because Barry, it's the shift. It's the shift from, you know, it's the shift in pace and the ability to get around the pitch is just, it's too much. You've seen it. You've got to have the whole team's got to be doing it, and you make one little, you know, you disturb that one little bit, and it's not one little bit, but it's massive. And Barry, when he came on, you can't bring him on because he takes him 15 minutes to get into the pace, and then he's still not into the pace. So, listen, we've been here before. If it had gone 0-0, I probably would have said we were shit. But at least we dug in, had a go, and at least we had a go, because the 4-0 in March, was it March? April. We just didn't bother. That some players had a real go tonight. It just didn't come. We just settled for a point, and that's our problem. And as I say, it's hard for me to be dead angry because derbies I just don't get up for, and I've been here far too many times, and yet tonight's a kick in the teeth. And as I say, if they'd scored on the 65th minute, it would have been it would have been. I mean, because it was a terrible game. It was a terrible game. You know, and it takes two to tango when it's a terrible game. It does. Let's be honest. But yeah, and we were dirty, and we put some tackles, but we only had 3 booked, and they had 1 booked. And Lovren, whether you like it or not, when that tackle went in, he did run over and have a little go, and then shit himself and run off because he remembers on a yellow card. So really, he should have got a second yellow. But I'm not making excuses. But we were a little bit. But I'd rather see us having a go and being dirty than just shitting out and losing 4-0 like we did at Anfield. So at least there was that. But listen, for me, the difference between tonight and last Tuesday was, last Tuesday we wanted to win it. Tonight we didn't. We were settling for a point. And the manager now has massive decisions to make. Well, hopefully he's already made decisions. But for me, massive question marks now over Ross Barkley's future at the club, because we're crying out for creativity and he just doesn't offer it, is it? Now, neither does Kevin Morales. Delafeu's not on the bench. So, you know, there's no creativity in the team at all, really. So we need to bring players in, and Barry needs, for me now, to be what he probably should have been for the last year. Someone who plays now and again and has good experience. But you've got to get some more legs. If James McCarthy's not fit for Boxing Day, I know it sounds like a broken record, but please bring Tom Davies in. Please bring Tom Davies in. Please, Ronald, I beg you to bring Tom Davies. I know you don't watch, but someone at Everton must watch this. Please bring Tom Davies into midfield, because the kid, just give the kid a go. Because I tell you what, you give Calvert-Lewin a go. Kenny's on the bench. Holgate, Davies is the best of the bunch, and we need him now. That's the difference. We need him. We need a kid in midfield who looks like he can do everything. Give him a go at least, and let's see what happens, because we need him. But yeah, massively disappointing. Horrible way to lose the game. You know, the fans were brilliant tonight. I thought the fans were brilliant. Hardly heard a peep out the Liverpool fans till they scored, and then it's fucking fireworks show, isn't it? As always. Don't hear a peep out in the next minute. It's like fucking the Red Cauldron over there. But our fans were brilliant. We did our part. The players, for a half, I thought, did their part, but we just couldn't go second half for all the reasons I've already explained. So, as I say, we move on. Leicester City, tough game, but there's no reason why we can't get 3 points. Yeah. it's just disappointing, isn't it? Yeah, make sure to look out for Baz's instant reaction and his player ratings if he has sorted himself out. They should appear around here in this video once I've sorted that. So thanks for watching Toffee TV. Keep the faith. See you later.